First, thank you so much for this nomination. I'm very humbled and honored to be included. Last year, we completed the most transformational transaction in our company's history, and one of the largest transactions in the history of the payments industry when we merged with TSYS. One of the challenges in getting a deal like this completed was the sheer scope and size of the transaction and making sure that all of the moving pieces stayed on track. Fortunately, we have a team at Global Payments that is highly experienced in M&A, and we had great outside advisors to help us get the transaction over the finish line. The biggest challenge we faced was probably near the end of the negotiations when rumors of the transaction leaked. There is a delicate balance when negotiating transactions of this size, and when something like that happens, it can upset that balance. Fortunately, following the leak, both parties kept their focus and worked around the clock over Memorial Day weekend to get the deal signed. We're obviously at a critical point in our society as far as discussions around race and diversity, and those discussions are long overdue. In the workplace, however, I've long believed that diversity is a strength, and I think anyone who has looked at it agrees. It is a distinct advantage in business to have an employee base that reflects the country or region that you're in. And I strongly believe that it's not enough simply to be non-discriminatory in your employment practices. Rather, to take advantage of diversity in the workplace, you have to be intentional about it. That means a lot of things. One of the things it means is making sure your company is a good place to work for diverse candidates. At Global Payments, we have created employee resource groups to make sure that our diverse employees feel like they work in an inclusive environment where they can be themselves every day. As the executive sponsor of our Pride Network, which is our company's employee resource group for LGBTQIA employees, I'm particularly proud of the expansion of our network to over 10 locations around the world and the strides we've made to make Global Payments a great place to work for LGBTQIA team members. Finally, I think mentors come in all shapes and sizes. Mentors can be people you work for, people you work with, and even people who work for you. I've been fortunate throughout my career to have learned from some great role models, including many lawyers who early in my career taught me what it means to be a professional. However, having been the general counsel of Global Payments for almost 7 years and having navigated a million different scenarios in that time, I can honestly say that my greatest mentors have been the 3 senior lawyers who were my colleagues at the company prior to my becoming general counsel and have been the leaders of the department since I became GC. Leslie Luck, Kristen Lumpkin, and Dara Steele-Belkin. Even though they technically work for me, I've learned an incredible amount from managing the department with them over the last 7 years. Our department is truly a team, and any success I have had, including this nomination, is directly attributable to them and the rest of our team. I thank you again for the nomination.